I keep my queerness enveloped between the wings of a moth. So much color simmers inside like a frothing rainbow volcano, but the outside flutters in vain to the light, like it can break out of the night and see some kind of heavenly clearing of day above the war that I fight on my grayscale skin and my technicolor heart. When I was 12, I found out about myself on the internet. Wikipedia said that if you thought both boys and girls were lovely, you were bisexual. I finally had an answer to explain my feelings. When I was 12, Lady Gaga first came out as bisexual. Solidarity. I was ready to share my discovery with the world, and I walked down the stairs, and Mom was talking about Lady Gaga, and she said, I liked her until I found out she was bisexual. That's just weird. I don't like that. When I was 12, I learned to stay silent should I meet the same fate. My identity was to be worn not like a badge, but as a brand best kept hidden. For 3 years, I lived a lie that I was straight while dreaming of the curves of a woman, being enveloped in that imperfect, delicate swirl of a curl of her hair trapped between desire and a prayer. When I was 15, I tiptoed out of the closet while Mom looked on in confusion and horror. I told her that I liked girls like I liked boys. I used soft, hesitant words for the heavy blows that the news inflicted on her faith, and she scrunched her nose like all of this was just full of shit, and she said 6 things uncomfortably. I still love you. I can't let you date girls. That's wrong. It's probably just a phase. You can't tell anyone. It's embarrassing, and no one will like you. I tried finding acceptance in the safety of the church. When I was 15, I came out to my pastor. She prayed that I would be straight again and recited Leviticus 20:13, but she told me I could rinse the blood from my head if I walked with God instead. And then she said, it's never Adam and Steve, and don't think you'll get away with Madam and Eve. When I was 15, Tyler Clementi committed suicide. His roommate pulled him out of the closet and let the world shine a red spotlight upon him. And when he was exposed, death seemed like the best option, but my youth group leader could think of something better. I don't see why he thought anybody needed to know that. That's inappropriate. When I was 17, Leila Elkhorn committed suicide. See, her parents wanted her to be a boy named Josh, but Josh wasn't in her. Josh was a figment of their imaginations, deep in their hearts and minds. And when I told my aunt, she said, they're entitled to their opinion. That transgender stuff is weird anyway. Polite dinner table conversation revealed that to her, being trans was the result of demons trying to lead you astray, but Christ would lead the way back to cisgender holiness. When I was 18, I went to a gay club. Christ, it was liberating. Surrounded by other queer folks like me and feeling so much solidarity. I danced the night away, surrounded by people like me, and for the first time in my life, it all seemed okay. Sorry, Mom. When I was 19, I stumbled back into the closet because the look on my mom's face and her proud, beaming smile when I said I was actually straight were so much more golden than her tacit shame and my own self-hate and the dark enclosure of denial that welcomed me back when I found myself behind the shadows of the closet door. Again. I could peel the snide remarks off of my skin. All the times Mom wanted my grandchildren, all the times my aunt prayed for my heterosexual future, all the pastors who cast stones and books at me, none of it mattered anymore. I didn't think my heart could have shattered any more than it did when I realized I was gray on the outside, like my false identity. When I was 19, someone else went to a gay club. The talons of self-hate swallowed up a young man who was caught between the wings of faith and identity, sniping the souls of those who bled spectrums, all because he was too enveloped by rage and shame. And the whole time, everyone looked for something to blame and screamed about refugees, about Muslims, about guns, about immigrants, about deflections. I looked into his eyes and saw America's reflection. And this next one is mine.